Okay, everybody, welcome to the video today. Today we've got Kevin joining us from Pennsylvania, USA. He's kindly agreed to be interviewed to talk about his experience over the past few months, the amazing change that he's made. He's got an amazing story. It's one of the most powerful transformations that I've seen so far in the Soberclear program. So he's going to share his story. So very excited to have you, Kevin. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Awesome, man. And how long have you not drunk for now, Kevin?
It's been about 2 months.
And when was the last time you went this long without drinking?
Oh, I don't know. I might have been a teenager or in my early 20s.
And how old are you now?
63.
Insane, man. So the most amount of time you've been without alcohol in about 40 years.
Oh yeah, I would have to say. I mean, given the fact that it may be an illness or something like that, but yeah, for the most part, it's been every day for the last 40 years.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So yeah, so then the first question is what was life like before you joined the program?
Well, I mean, most of my life was okay. It was just, minimal usage, say, and heavy at times on weekends and so forth. But probably the last several years, it began to escalate. And the strange thing was I retired about a year and a half ago, and it was around then and a little before that it seemed to get even worse, to where I just kind of lost desire to do stuff, get out of the house. It was just easier to sit at home. I would mainly drank alone. I mean, I would drink when we went out with friends, but I would drink alone at home. I functioned. I did the things I needed to do. And I think most of the people in my life really weren't aware at the volume that I was consuming at that time. But I was in a very dark place. I mean, I don't know, say for maybe a year before I actually stopped. Practically every morning I would wake up and tell myself, you've got to stop this. You've got to stop this. But as the day would go on, you feel a little better. Next thing you know, 3, 4 o'clock, you're reaching in the fridge, you're having a drink, and it would continue till I'd go to bed. And it was like Groundhog's Day. Every day it was the same thing. I just couldn't break the chain.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And then how much were you drinking, when it was getting bad over the past few years?
I would probably drink like about 2 handles of vodka, along with maybe 1 or 2 cases of beer a week would be the average. I mean, sometimes I'd mix it up and throw in a bottle of tequila, or say, hey, I'm going to take a break and drink wine, but then I drink a lot of wine. So it was always something. It was going from one thing to the next.
Got it, man. Got it. And then where would you say the alcohol was affecting your life the most?
Well, it really kind of like hindered my personality. It didn't help my relationship at all. I mean, my wife's very easygoing and went along with stuff, but it wasn't that good. Work was stressful at the time. I don't know, and mainly I would say my mood. I felt very depressed. I would sit around and feel very depressed, and the more depressed I felt, then the more I would drink, and the more I drank, the more depressed I felt. And I'd look at my life, and it's like I had so many good things going on. My finances were okay, my relationship was good, all our kids were good. I mean, everything was good, but I just felt miserable. It's like, why do I feel so crappy when everything else is, I should be feeling great. I should be king of the world, but I wasn't.
Awesome. So then, had you done anything to try to stop drinking before joining the program?
Yeah, there were times when it would be, okay, I'm just going to try and drink on the weekends, cut it out during the week or taper it off. And that would last a couple days. I mean, because it was always a half-hearted attempt. I was never fully devoted. It was just like, yeah, I think I should try and do this, but it just wasn't something that I was giving my 100% devotion to, so I had no no chance of success with trying to do something like that. You know, you can't, it's not one of those things that you can just do in moderation. With me, it just didn't work.
For sure. Same for me. Same for me. So
And
yeah. So that
it was the same with, sorry, it was the same with years ago. About 30 years ago, I quit smoking, and it was the same thing. There were times it's like, well, I'm only going to smoke 5 cigarettes a day, or this. It would last a day or two, and next thing you know, it's a pack a day. So it's like you either gotta, it's like you're either all in or you're all out, and that's just the way it is.
yeah, love it. Love it. So then what was it that made you decide to join the Soberclear program?
Well, I for a while, I mean, I knew what was going on. I was aware of what was happening and the rut I was in and so forth. And I started doing some research online, looking around at correlations with alcohol and depression and how to quit alcohol. And, you know, I looked into the 12-step program and the AA, and it just, a lot of things didn't appeal to me. And then I stumbled across one of your YouTube videos and watched it. And it's like, this is really pretty interesting. So I watched some more, and really kind of sought out your information. It's like, you know, this is something that really resonates with me. I connect with this system. And then that's when I reached out to you, and we had a phone call, and I jumped in with both feet.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. And then so how has the program been different to, you know, when you was trying with willpower, moderation, that kind of stuff? How has this been different?
I think it's getting the information to really understand. I know you focus on conditioning, and that is when you really dig deep into that. That's huge. That is so big right now. Uh, and when I would stop and think back in my life to try and come up with even one remotely good event that may have happened as a result of alcohol, couldn't find a one. When I thought about bad things, I could write a book. And when you start to realize those kind of issues and see alcohol for really what it is, it makes it a little easier. When you get that mindset, it's like, well, why was I doing this? You know, why was I doing this to myself? That's what it was with your program. I think you give people the power instead of taking the power away and giving yourself up to the fact that you're an alcoholic and you can do nothing about it. You empower the people to beat that.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So then, you know, how would you describe the process of stopping drinking after going through the material? What has it been like?
Oh, I mean, within the first couple of days, just the fact of the best part was just waking up every morning feeling good, looking forward to the day, uh, not feeling bad, and the evenings sitting around or doing whatever we do and not having that drink in my hand all night long and having the clarity. Uh, Within the first few days, it was like amazing. It was just amazing.
Awesome, man. Yeah, you're really killing it. How would you describe other areas of your life? How have they improved since stopping drinking and doing this?
Oh, well, my marriage has definitely been so much better. My wife and I are just on a completely different level. My kids are very supportive. Uh, I think I get along with my friends better. I feel as though my personality's been coming out more because it's been so hidden behind that. I'm talking to people more. I'm anxious to get out of the house. I get excited about stuff. It was just like being kind of in a big fog, in a big cloud. So, and physically, I mean, I feel so much better. I mean, I kind of feel the best I have in years. So, I mean, that aspect of it, mentally, relationship. I mean, I just have a whole different outlook on things.
Yeah, awesome. And what about the hobbies as well?
Yeah, I'm more interested in doing the things that I used to do years ago that I kind of shied away with, where it's like, I ride motorcycles with a club, and it'd be like, hey, there's a ride today. It's like, I don't know. and I'd find excuses not to go out and do things. And golf is something that I'm extremely passionate about. And there were even days there where I had to kind of push myself out of the house. I just didn't feel like doing anything. I don't know what it was. It was easier to just sit at home and have a drink, and instead of getting out and living, that's probably what it was. I was going through my life, but I wasn't really living in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I know a big thing that's happened is like productivity as well. What's it been like with productivity?
I seem to be getting a lot more stuff done around the house. I mean, I go from, one project to the next, and it's like things that I used to sit there and look around, say, yeah, one day I got to do this, I got to do that. Now I'm doing those things. I'm getting the stuff done. I still work part-time. I feel so much more focused at work, putting my effort into that. So I am more productive that way. I'm getting more involved in fitness. I do get out and I like to walk. I ride my mountain bike, do other exercising. So yeah, I feel more productive, and everything goes together with one another. It all goes together.
I agree, man. You take rid of that, and it's like all the areas combined just start improving at the same time. It's quite insane.
Oh yeah, everything is connected. It's all connected. Once you take that out of the equation, I mean, physically, mentally, everything. And that's not even to mention the finance. I mean, what I was spending, probably 75, $100 a week, which in a year's time equates to quite a bit of money that I was spending. And now we go out to dinner, and the checks are much lower, and
Oh yeah.
it's good all around.
Awesome. And then what's one piece of advice you'd give to somebody that's thinking of joining the Soberclear program?
Well, I mean, you have to reach the point where you've had enough, and you're committed to it. And you have to open your mind. You got to open your mind to the information, and let it soak in. I mean, I would go through your information sometimes over and over again just to let it resonate in my head. And I think if you follow that, you have a really good chance of success. If you've got the determination and you have the tools and the support through your community, I think the success rate's got to be really good. I mean, when I see all the other people involved and watch the other interviews, it's like my story just over and over again. We're all in the same situation, and I think we're all experiencing the same success.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much, Kevin. Thank you.
All right, thank you.